Hello and welcome back to Rule the Game. In this video, I want to give you my quick personal review of the game Explorers of Navoria by Meng. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, lasts about 20 minutes per player, and it's recommended starting at age 12. I also have a video about how to play this game, so if you're interested in that, then click on the link up here. But now let's have a look at what I liked about this game and what I didn't like about the game. But first of all, what's this game about? Well, this is about exploring a new area where you have explorers that move around on different tracks in the glaciers, in the desert, also here in the woods. You try to collect income. You try to also place trading posts with these tokens here. You try to collect different items. Everything gives you points. And if you do it right, you even have some end of the game goals that you can achieve, and then you get extra points again. So it's a point salad, and you have many different options to win this game. And that's actually also what I like about this game. The fact that you're always trying to figure out, well, which one of these ways is the best for me? And you have different strategies, and I've seen different strategies win in the game. You can have a balanced strategy, sometimes wins the game. You can heavily rely on income up here, income that you can get by having cards of the same kind or by moving your explorers much. You can also heavily rely here on setting trade posts from here, or you can actually gather these different icons here and then sell them and therefore gain more rewards. What I don't like so much about it is that it's kind of confusing for new players, because you're going to get different cards and you never quite know how to sort these cards, because you're always going to miss out on something. You should see you should sort them by color, but you should also sort them by icon, but you should also sort them by what they do. They all do different things, and you can't do everything at the same time because somehow you can't overlay these cards in the proper way. It's kind of messy. The other thing is also for people who just start playing, that they're very confused about we go first in this turn order, then we change turn order, then the turn order changes after the round again, and then which pieces am I going to place? It's a little unclear in the first round. So where do I take my trading post from? From here, from there? Where can I do whatever I want? So new players are kind of confused. The good thing about it is that usually after you play the first round, it's clear. And then afterwards, they're not really at an advantage. They feel like at a disadvantage in the first round, but because you have so many ways to score, even after the first round, if they didn't really understand what was going on, if they catch up in second, third round, they can still do it. So it's not so bad. It's just confusing. And another thing that is a little messed up in my personal view is that, but that's very personal. I personally like to do my own thing. I do look what the others are doing, but I usually try to really build a good strategy for myself and improve on my own strategy. However, in this game, you constantly have to check what the others are doing, because if they run away with their strategy, then they're going to win easily. So you sometimes have to actually pick up cards or pick up bonuses only to stop the other person from getting too strong in their strategy. Not because it helps me, but I need to stop them. I'm not a big fan of this, but I've seen it now a couple times. What always works is the strategy that you have income here for a certain type of card, so a certain symbol that you have on it, and then you collect all the cards with this symbol. You collect more income for this icon, and you get points like crazy in the income phase of any round, but you don't actually do much other stuff. Meanwhile, if you don't pay attention and everybody plays the income strategy, and somebody decides down here to actually place trading posts and at the same time also go for different icons that they can sell on the trading post, then they will win easily while the others are battling each other out there. So you always have to make sure that nobody else actually goes ahead of you. So you notice that I said more negative things than positive things, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the game. I think it's an amazing game. I think the way they balance the mechanisms and they make the mechanisms work with going one way, the other way, everybody has actually an opportunity somewhere to win victory points, to move forward, and feels like they're winning, at least for 2 rounds. Third round, you don't know. It depends on how far somebody has run away. But there's so many options. You can play against each other. You can play your own strategy. You have all these things you can do. So it's really exciting to play this game. Now, who's the game for? I would place it in the advanced player bucket. It's definitely not something for beginners because there's way too much going on. There's too many things you can do. It confuses with going forwards and backwards and so on. But for advanced players, that's quite exciting. The mechanisms make sense. The mechanisms work together. Once you've played a couple of rounds, you actually really understand it. So it's for advanced players, it's a lot of fun. For expert players, I think you can't really play too much or too deep on a strategy. So there, I would say they probably think it's an okay game. It can be a rather short game for them. So I would rather say it's an advanced player. It belongs rather in the advanced player bucket than in the expert bucket. Definitely not in the beginner's bucket. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel. And you can also have a look at the how to play video all the way down in the description section. I pasted the link there. And I'm looking forward to having you back on the channel.